My name is Fiona Smith. I've worked for about the last 30 years in organisations in lots of different roles. I've worked in leadership roles where I've had teams reporting into me, and I've also worked on many different sorts of teams, project teams, consultancy teams, business improvement teams. I think I use a lot of my experience in my work, but I've also done training in transaction analysis for about the last 7 or 8 years, I think now. And prior to that, trained in something called neuro-linguistic programming for about 10 or 12 years. So I've got quite a lot of things behind me. I am married and I have 2 children, so I have quite a busy life. I like to go skiing, quite an avid runner, so I like to go out running a lot, and that's me. So CultureMatters is an organisation that I set up just over a year ago. It felt like the most obvious name to me when I was thinking of what to call it, because I think that culture does matter. In a lot of organisations, people don't really consider what's going on around them and how their behaviours contribute to the culture of the organisation that they're working in.
So, as we kind of go through this programme, what we really want to do is to make it a two-way relationship, one in which we can absolutely see that both parties will gain a huge amount from that relationship.
The name of the work is organisational development. Again, it's really what it says. It's anything that helps the organisation develop in how it works and improve how it works. I developed a cultural assessment tool that helps me to look at various different aspects of the organisation. So for example, I look at the people aspects, how the leaders work together, how teams work together, how people work in teams, and how people contribute at an individual level in the organisation. It also has a behavioural analysis assessment, and that really is quite a good model to help people understand the different types of behaviours that are in the organisation. The model helps people understand how to maybe adopt some of the healthier behaviours and how to reduce some of the things that aren't so healthy within the organisation. So for example, maybe sometimes when people might have implied threats if certain things don't get done, and the impact that that can have on people, versus maybe trying to help people get the right structures and ways of thinking in place to help them actually succeed.
And at the matching event, the idea of that is that we will have identified 2 or 3 people that we think it would be really useful for you to go and have a conversation with during that event.
Okay, so the T and the A were a happy accident. They come from a body of work called transaction analysis, which is the underpinning basically of the theories that I use to do the work that I do, which was developed in the 1960s and 70s by a man called Eric Byrne. And I think it's probably one of the most accessible psychological models around. He particularly looked at something called the structures and dynamics of organisations and groups, and he wrote a book of that title back in 1963, which has a lot of different theories and models and things. So, like I said, it was a happy accident that CultureMatters actually had the T and the A in the right order and enabled me to make them that colour.
And so we're going to focus on storytelling, and I'm going to have an actor with me to kind of inspire us to how can we sort of pep up really our presentations and think about telling stories and focus around the stories we want to tell. So the actor and myself are going to kind of act as a bit of a muse to inspire you to think about how you want to tell your stories and how you want to present what's come out of the